thousands of years before modern nations, before borders, before written laws, humanity lived in small, scattered tribes, hunting, gathering, surviving one day at a time. But then, something extraordinary happened. In a land between two rivers, humans did something no one had ever done before. They built the world's first civilization. This is the story of Mesopotamia, the birthplace of cities, writing, laws, and organized society, and the empire that started it all. Around 10,000 years ago, the region between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers offered something rare in the ancient world: fertile land. Seasonal floods enriched the soil, allowing early humans to grow crops instead of chasing animals. For the first time, people settled permanently. Villages became towns, towns became cities, and cities needed order. By 3500 BCE, cities like Uruk, Ur, and Lagash had emerged. These were not simple villages. They had walls, temples, markets, and tens of thousands of people living together. To manage food, trade, and labor, the Mesopotamians invented something revolutionary: writing. Cuneiform, symbols pressed into clay tablets, was born. At first, it recorded grain and livestock, but soon it recorded stories, prayers, contracts, and history itself. Human memory was no longer the only record of the past. As cities grew, power concentrated. Kings rose, claiming authority from the gods. Religion and politics became inseparable. At the center of every city stood a massive structure, the ziggurat. Part temple, part administrative center, it symbolized a connection between heaven and earth. The king was not just a ruler, he was the protector of divine order. But prosperity brought conflict. City-states fought over land, water, and trade routes. Warfare became organized. Armies formed. Weapons evolved. Out of this chaos emerged one of history's most influential figures, King Hammurabi of Babylon. Around 1754 BCE, Hammurabi did something radical. He carved the world's first written legal code into stone. The Code of Hammurabi declared that laws applied to everyone, rich and poor alike. Crimes had punishments, contracts had rules, justice had structure. While harsh by modern standards, this system shaped legal thinking for thousands of years. For the first time, society was governed by written law, not personal revenge. Babylon rose as a powerful empire, controlling trade across Mesopotamia. Science, mathematics, and astronomy flourished. The Mesopotamians divided time into hours and minutes. They mapped the stars. They tracked seasons. Civilization was advancing faster than ever before. But with power came vulnerability. Mesopotamia had one fatal weakness: it was impossible to defend. Open plains made invasions easy. Over centuries, empires rose and fell: Akkadians, Assyrians, Babylonians, each conquering, ruling, and collapsing. War, drought, internal corruption, and environmental damage slowly eroded the foundations of the region. Rivers changed course, soil became salty from overfarming, food production declined, civilization began to crumble. By 539 BCE, Babylon fell to the Persian Empire. The cities that once shaped humanity faded into ruins. Time buried them beneath sand and legend. But their legacy never disappeared. Everything we recognize as civilization, cities, laws, writing, mathematics, began here, in Mesopotamia. Though the empire vanished, its ideas survived, shaping every society that followed. The first civilization fell, but humanity was never the same again. This was the lost empires, and this was only the beginning.